Warning, this podcast contains ghosts. See what I did there? It's also the name of that episode.
Isn't that taboo?
I'm gonna get a Ouija board. What's up, everyone?
Taboo, I get it.
And welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Gotham. Yeah, I almost said Supernatural there. Yeah. Gotham, Season 3, Episode 12, Ghosts. I'm your host, Dom. With me, we have Nikki and John.
Guy who ruins the intro.
How's it going?
Good.
So, I almost forgot that Gotham was coming back so soon.
Yeah.
Well, chalk that up to this guy who's like, it doesn't come back till next week.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I almost
To be
didn't...
fair, I was on vacation.
Yeah?
To be fair. But when I saw you post it, I was like, oh, I don't have to watch it today. And then I double-checked, like, an hour or so before we were supposed to do things. And
It didn't help that my TV didn't list it as an episode that happened, and I was like, what?
Yeah, mine did. So, I had a DVR recording, right?
Mhm.
It recorded. Didn't actually record well. It was all like, it came through like TV static in some parts. So I deleted it and went to go watch it on demand. And then on demand didn't list the episode anymore. So I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. So, yeah. But anyway, Gotham's back. Oh, I missed this show. I did. I really did. It's just waiting, like Jerome. That's all I need is more Jerome.
okay, I watched the trailer, and they showed a lot of Jerome, and he had stitches and everything. And then at the end, we only see just a little tidbit of him, but we see a
Right.
lot of, like, they're building up for him. But I'm like, I wanted more.
Oh yeah,
Give
no,
me
it was
more
definitely,
Jerome.
this was the big hint of it, and it was basically the setup, because you had that what was it, Melanie Blake, where they're like, oh, she collapsed on the railroad, but not only did she have an electrical shock to her head, which is not necessarily the cause of her death, because she died 3 days earlier after getting like stabbed by her boyfriend.
Like, right here, in like
Yeah.
her collarbone. It was weird.
Yeah. So, like, they set this whole thing up, and they're following the night manager, Dwight, and they tail him back to this theater that has like this Jerome cult inside of it, and it was just, oh my god, I got the chills. Like, it was fantastic. Jerome is my
Yeah, that was
favorite
cool.
character in the show ever, and he just, the actor scares me, because I feel like he's honestly the Joker. Like, like, he's got the laugh down, he's got the smile, he's got like the attitude, like everything it screams Joker, and they could not have cast a better person.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
we were doubting it. Like, at first we were like, yeah, he's the Joker. And then we're like, not really. And now it's for sure.
well, I feel like now they've kind of earned it to let him be the Joker,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, because early on it would have been way too easy, I guess.
Yeah.
But now that they've been like really working this for seasons now, and it seems like it's gonna be worth. It'll the payoff will be there. They'll have earned that with the story and everything. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And big bombshell that was dropped recently in an interview, Harley Quinn is supposed to be coming in the finale of Season 3.
Ooh.
So, and it's supposed to set the tone for Season 4.
Okay.
So
So that makes me think that it's a completely new character or an old one that they're going to revisit, not one of the current ones. Like, I don't think it's going to be Barbara or any of the cast that we've seen recently. I think it's going to be somebody new or somebody so old that, like, in Season 1 that we completely forgot.
yeah.
Butch.
I mean, Butch, I did forget about. He was nowhere to be found this episode. To be honest, I didn't miss him.
No.
But yeah. We got a bit more with Selena's mom this episode. We kind of found out what was going on with her. We found out that Selena has not seen her in 11 years. And Selena also said that she was abandoned when she was 5, so we finally get her age. That places her at 16 years old. Mm-hmm. We don't have too much information about her mother other than she was on the run. We don't really know what from, but judging by this guy that she meets at the end of the episode that she owes $100,000 to, this guy Cole, it seems like it's pretty damn good reason for why she ran.
Yeah.
$100,000 is not a small number.
No.
Especially if this
Gotham.
is well, and especially if this is like the 80s.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
You know, if it is, we don't actually know what year it is.
We have maybe Bat Fanatic in chat saying that maybe that Selena's mom is doing a setup to con Bruce with this whole thing, and it's a possibility. I mean, we know that she's pretty stealthy and sneaky, so.
Yeah, and if she is doing a con, which I definitely thought of, right? The thought has crossed my mind. If she is doing a con, Selena's definitely not a part of it. So Selena's getting conned in the process. Mm-hmm.
She's getting so mad.
And if she is getting conned, it's a pretty damn good one because that shoebox full of mementos from Selena's childhood was exactly what Selena needed to go from "get the hell away from me, I don't ever want to see you again, you left us," to "oh my god, mommy, give me a hug." You know, so it just pulled those heartstrings perfectly.
Yeah.
So if it is a con, it's a damn good one.
And just savage too, because
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely heartless.
I mean, because even
we don't
Cole
know
said,
much about her. If she left for 11 years, that's pretty damn heartless as it is. You know, she could have gone back for Selena at any point.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I don't know.
Even Cole said he's like, oh well, you know Bruce, you know him, so maybe I can get more money out of you guys now. And he walked out. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and Bruce is the kind of person to be like, oh, you need help? Here. Take $1 million.
Yeah. I feel like Cole isn't like the top of the chain though. Like she
No.
owes
Oh,
someone.
no. Not at all.
No, he's the dirty hands. He's the one doing the dirty
Cole
work.
is equivalent to Zaz.
Yes.
Yeah. Just the
He's-
hitman.
He's kind of like the hitman.
My God, Zaz is amazing. He's always amazing.
Well,
I love him, but he reminds me of Agent 46, I think. Is that from
Hitman.
Hitman? Yeah. Like, really kind of giving me that feel.
But like way too autistic.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean that like in an offensive way, but he is just like the most socially inept human being on that show. And
Well, you know he can take orders well, so that's good.
Yeah.
Right. He's so weird.
But he enjoys the weird part about him is he honestly has like this weird friendship relationship with Gordon. Like he enjoys Gordon's company. Gordon doesn't consider him a friend by any means. But Zaz, I feel, actually likes Gordon. Like would come over for pizza and a beer kind of guy if Gordon invited him over.
You know, you say that, and when Gordon was being chased down, and Zaz was shooting at him, I kind of remember Zaz being like on point, but now he had 2 little lackeys, and he's just spraying sporadically. I think he's actually kind of trying to lengthen the amount of time that he's giving Gordon to run away or fight back.
Yeah, I mean, he comes into his apartment, he threatens him, and then congratulates him on killing Mario. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which was like, what? And
I
then
didn't like him much anyways.
And then they have this big kitchen brawl. And then Harvey gets involved, and like they go back and forth and get to Jim's house and all this stuff, and then Falcone ends up canceling the hit, and Zaz's just like, all right, see you later, and he just leaves. You know, it's just like, no big deal.
Nonchalant, just walks out the door like, later, Gators.
But it's just like the little things, like he's in the middle of threatening him and he's drinking his milk, and it's like, what are you doing, Zaz? Love him. Absolutely love him. So, but, I mean, so the episode did open up with Mario's funeral, right? And this is kind of where the title connects in. And, like, we're dealing with the loss of Falcone's son, right? So, first and foremost, Falcone's not somebody to mess with. Why, for the love of everything, would Jim show up to that funeral, even if it's on the highest hill away from the actual funeral? Why would he do this?
Jim, in the last, since the series started, shows that he's just stupid. He makes bad decisions all the damn time. Like, he steps out of bed with the wrong foot. Like,
we
all
say
the time.
on almost all of our shows that our main character makes the stupidest decisions, right?
Oh yeah.
I think Jim Gordon takes the cake. I don't
does.
think any show's main characters that we cover right now has any character that is just stupider than Gordon when it comes to some of his actions.
And I'm going to be honest. I watch a show with this thing, and it's smarter than Jim. So
I mean, it is a highly sophisticated piece of technology. So
yeah.
With a broken logic circuit, and it's still smarter than Jim.
Yeah.
You know, Jim takes the cake of like really poor decision making skills. You are absolutely right. I can't think of a character who's just like so. It's like the kind of dumb where you just have to sit back and stare for a second because you're like, wow, you're just in awe of the guy who showed up to the mobster's son's funeral that you killed.
Yeah,
Jim.
And like even Harvey's like, what the hell are you doing here? You think an apology is gonna help? No, he's gonna shoot you right then and there. And Jim's just like, standing there, still staring off into the distance.
Like he was out in the open. He wasn't even like trying to disguise himself. Like, you know, at least put a hoodie on if you're gonna do that, right? If you feel the need to put a hoodie on, put a fake mustache on, googly eyeglasses, whatever you gotta do. Yeah.
Yeah, anything. You know, paper
even
fucking bag over your head.
Even coming up in like the Metal Gear Solid cardboard box would have been a better disguise than what you were doing there, Jim. Like,
graveyard box, very subtle.
Yes. Yep. Like, yep. Would have been better. But you know, and then Falcone sees him nonetheless. Sees him. Right? That does not help. And then you have Lee showing up at the GCPD, demands for Jim's arrest. You know, she says how much she hates Jim, blames him for everything bad that's ever happened to her since she met him. And I'm like, oh my god, here we go. It's Barbara all over again. I'm like, Lee and Barbara are going to team up, and this is going to be the weirdest, like, ex-girlfriend Gordon, like, crime spree gang ever. Like, there's going to be a harem of ex-girlfriends that are all, like, villains now from Jim Gordon. That's exactly what I was thinking. And then she goes to see Barnes. And I'm like, why are you going to see Barnes? And I was like, oh, well, Barnes wants Jim dead. She's going to break Barnes out. That's what I'm thinking. But it went the complete different way. It showed Lee what the virus actually did, and then she turns around and goes and sees Falcone and tries to call off the Gordon hit, which, you know, he thankfully does. But in the meantime, Falcone totally calls her out and is like, look, you still love Jim. She didn't deny it. She didn't even try to deny it. So that is an admission by silence, I would say.
Yeah.
But Yeah. It was like, it's this whole weird kind of situation. And Lee's in a really terrible spot. Because this whole first half of the season, like, Jim's been super jealous. Right?
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of been wishy-washy on what she's doing. And then you have the virus come into play, the Alice Tech virus. And he screens negative for the virus, and then Jim comes in and shoots him. She didn't know he was infected at the time. She didn't see him with the knife. The knife went flying out into the ocean. She never saw that he was coming to attack her. You know, so she's in a really terrible spot. So I'm honestly, for once, not gonna blame Lee for her emotional roller coaster this episode. I'm not.
She also didn't get the information that Mario was masking the virus with a drug, right?
She did?
No,
I don't think she did.
I
not until the autopsy.
I could have.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I thought Jim, when she barged into the police station, I could have sworn Jim said something then.
I think Lucius said it.
I believe it.
Like, or like at least reminded her.
Yeah.
Or something.
I don't know. I mean, I can't blame her for this episode, like, with everything that's happened. But, like, the first time we met Lee, I did not like her.
Yeah. You still don't.
I don't. I still don't. I like Barbara better than her.
Do you like season 1 Barbara better than her?
Actually, I'm looking back. They were.
Yeah,
she drank.
Yeah. I don't know. The female characters are kind of meh on this in this show for me. They don't
100%
quite.
agree.
I mean, other than Selena, but
Selena's been fantastic from the start.
She was great from the start. She's like the only solid female character in this show.
Yeah, I mean, Barbara's much better now.
Mm-hmm.
Tabitha's a little weird, and Lee's a little weird, but so I guess it's a 50% ratio.
I guess so.
I mean, it's just they gotta stop damseling them so much.
They do.
And then like just and then you had like
Ivy.
I mean Ivy's we haven't seen enough of yet, I guess, to really pass judgment. I won't say anything about her, but like Valerie Vale was atrocious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seems like they don't know what they need them to be doing all the time. Like, because if you kind of put Tabitha and Barbara and Ivy next to each other, there's not that much different about them.
Not really, no.
They're all, and you can even throw Fish on that placard too. They're all like really conniving, really crafty, really sexy.
I think
and
Ivy, I like Ivy better than all of those, like her story direction, even though there's not much to it right now. I still feel there's more depth than Tabitha, for example.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Tabitha has zero personality at this point.
It's not even the personality, it's the depth of her story. Like, Tabitha was just Theo's brother, or Theo's sister. And they're, like, she's just evil because she's evil? Like, there's no, like, motive to it. Like, Ivy was in, like, this really shitty situation, and got worse, and then she got the chemicals, and then she's discovering, what puberty does to her, and that she can just flaunt her stuff and get what she wants, and like, it's kind of interesting, to be honest, because you get to see like this whole like arc that the character's going through, where Tabitha's just been a flat line straight across, so like there's nothing really changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tabitha's definitely the worst offender, because her only defining characteristics is in her relationship to someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, she was introduced to us as an assassin, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And she hasn't done much of that since her brother's been dead. So, I mean, to be fair, she is missing a hand.
Now she is.
Even Gallivan had a much better arc than she did, and his character fell very flat, I thought, too. So,
yeah,
I really like that Asriel little arc at the end. I thought that was fantastic. But anyway, the other kind of major part this episode was with the Penguin, right? And this kind of went down a road that I was not expecting. I mean, I was, but I wasn't at the same time. Like, I knew something was up, but I couldn't quite place my finger on it. The guy Tarquin, I knew was shady from the start. The guy who's replacing Nigma. I don't even remember what Nigma's role was. He's just like, what? Chief of staff or
I think so.
Yeah.
something like that. But he comes
Kind of like
in
a glorified secretary that does a lot of planning and bookwork and all that jazz.
Yeah, I mean, we're introduced to him this episode in the middle of like Penguin's reporter interview thing where they're just like, oh, crime is down, market and jobs are up, go Penguin, and he just like runs into the thing. Like, it was a weird kind of introduction. Like, he should have been in that meeting the whole time, should not have come in the middle of, I don't know, it was all weird. Whole thing was weird. And then we're getting this weird like ghost of his father thing walking around. And I'm like, oh, Pee Wee Herman's back. And it was just like, what exactly is going on? It's cool to see his father walking around, ghost form and doing stuff, but it's like, and then you find out, oh, his father's remains were dug up, and he's getting these weird dreams. He's not to be trusted. Don't trust the birthday boy. And all this stuff, and it's kind of implied that it's Tarquin. But then when Penguin goes to like explore the thing, he finds his father's remains in a duffel bag in Tarquin's office. And I'm just like, yeah, that's definitely planted there. It's very obvious with the muddy dirt footprints, only in the office, mind you. The muddy prints. If you want to think about this, and the staircase that we watched him go up to get into like this area, these muddy prints would have been down on the first floor and would no longer have been muddy footprints by the time they made it to that office. All the mud would have been gone. So for the muddy prints to only be in the office leading to the closet, it was too much of a setup. I get it's super emotional for him, so he wasn't thinking clearly. And he just grabbed some golf trophy and clubbed Tarquin over the head and beat him to death with it. That's definitely Penguin. Think first, or do first, think later. That's totally a Penguin thing. So I can't fault him for that. But me as a viewer, I was just like, even the way Tarquin walked into the room, like, just eating food nonchalantly. Oh, what is that? What are you doing in my office? What is this? Like, he wasn't even trying to play stupid. Like, he legitimately was stupid about it.
Well, I mean, the reason why Penguin was there in the first place was because his interview was going to happen. So Tarquin came in there to say, "Hey, they're ready for you."
Yeah.
But he didn't really get a chance to. So.
Yeah. I don't know. And then it was like Penguin had that interview with Margaret Hirsch, who's like kind of like, I guess, Barbara Walters of Gotham. Mm-hmm. And he lost his mind on TV, and he's got the blood stain on his cufflink, whatever, and I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be bad. And then we find out that the whole thing was definitely Enigma's plan, which kind of the line I was thinking of. I didn't know it was gonna go as far as to like employ the rubber faced man that we saw him before. I just can't remember his name.
Yeah, it was like almost Clayface, but not.
Yeah. So I don't know, it was kind of cool to see that guy again, but it felt weird. It didn't feel like a big, Enigma engineered this whole thing. Like, they showed it at the end, and they showed all the steps that he took to do it, but it seemed a little kind of like forced and pigeonholed to me. I didn't get the whole satisfaction of, this was a master plan by Enigma.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that.
No. I definitely know that's what they were going for. And like they were trying for like a Saw type reveal, at the end of the episode where, it all makes sense now. Like the whole thing was engineered by Enigma, but I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't.
Nah.
good effort, but I was not feeling it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Try harder, Nigma.
I mean, we've been telling him that from the very get-go.
It's definitely an
Try
improvement. Definitely improvement over season 1 and most of season 2, Nigma.
Yeah.
Definitely an improvement, but still not quite there. And then, on top of that, you had like Barbara show up at the end for absolutely no reason, and just like, oh yeah, we're gonna take everything from him, and Nigma just kind of wants to destroy his name and then destroy him, and kind of go slow about it, and Barbara's just concerned with taking power and taking everything he has, kind of thing. I'm like, yep, typical Barbara.
Yeah.
But it's like she shifted all her focus from Jim to Penguin. And
yeah, she doesn't seem to care much about Jim anymore. It's so weird.
Yeah, and it's all because of what happened with Nigma and Butch and Tabitha, because of what Penguin caused. I don't see Barbara's investment in it. It doesn't fit for me.
No, it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Because she's caught in this love triangle with Tabitha and Butch, so she's playing second fiddle already.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know.
Like I'd get if it like wronged Tabitha directly. I mean, I guess she got her hand cut off, but
a
little, yeah, just a little bit cut off. But I don't know. It's just I still don't see her staking
with their ladies.
Yeah, don't see her staking it. I don't. And then we kind of had like this little bit with Bruce and the crystal owl, which we still have absolutely no idea what it's for.
Well, it's a map.
It's a map. When the sun shone on it, when it was in the hallway, the map showed up on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of very slightly advanced that, but we still don't really know its exact purpose, what it's a map to, and all that. And then I don't know. I don't see where it's going right now. But
I mean, we're how many episodes? 18? Or is there 22 this season?
There's definitely not 22. I think there was originally 16, and then I think it got bumped up.
Again? Okay.
To 18 or something like that.
Okay. All right. So I was going to say, oh, well, we're halfway. There's still a lot to go. But I mean, if it's only 18, that's only 6 more episodes. So they have to have some sort of big wacko plan just to throw on us. Yeah.
I thought they're just going to...
Yeah, no, they bumped it up to 22. They did bump it up to 22 episodes.
All right. So we're kind of at the halfway mark. So, but yeah, we got time.
Yeah. I just hope it gets resolved this season.
Even if it doesn't get resolved, it becomes really heavy so that it's intense, and when it carries over into the next season, we're excited for it because it's just, so crazy.
Yeah.
Which is something they haven't really done. I mean, they did leave us off with all the crazies coming out of the van, and you hear Jerome's laugh and all that jazz, but that really wasn't that much of a cliffhanger because he didn't really reveal that much.
No.
So
they're cliffhanger, like, and Bruce, like, clone Bruce. We still don't know what's up with him. Haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Not Bruce.
Nope.
Not Bruce. We haven't seen Not Bruce for quite a while.
You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. And Brian in chat mentions, do you think that hold on, where was it? Did anyone else find Selena's mom's affection toward Alfred a little creepy?
Not creepy, but what's the word? She was playing him.
Yeah.
Knowing that she was playing him made it not creepy for me. It actually made it comical.
I loved watching Selena lift his wallet, and then the mom lift the pocket watch back to back.
And he just stood there like, what the hell?
What I was fully expecting, 100% expecting, I thought that Selena's mom lifted both the pocket watch and the wallet, and then just gave the pocket watch back, and then we were going to see her like going through the wallet later. That's what I was expecting out of her.
That would have been funny.
Yeah. But no.
No, I actually found that comical. And even to hear like Bruce was laughing about it too, when Selena, and it was cute. It was a cute moment. Alfred was dumbstruck. Bruce and Selena were laughing. Selena's mom was laughing. It was a good moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Brian also says, do you think Cole and Selena's mom could be involved with the Court of Owls, and that's why she came back? Definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Because for a season that's supposed to be focused on the Court of Owls, haven't seen very much of them this season.
No.
Not really.
Especially in most recent episodes. We saw them a little bit at the beginning of the season, and then they dropped off again. So
I think like when they did just like the villains part of last season, it was last season that was called Villains, right?
I believe so.
yeah, this one is Mad City or something like that.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to accomplish too much in this part of the season. Like it's really jumbled and there's a lot going on, and they're trying to cohesively try and bring it all together. It might still happen. We have 10 episodes left, but it just seems like there's too much going on, and it's really taking away from the experience of enjoying the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whereas, like,
for me, just seeing the very end scene with Jerome still sealed up in the warehouse, like that's enough to keep me interested. You just got to keep Jerome on the show, and that's all I need to keep going.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean that was really cool.
See, for me, and this is something Nikki could relate with, probably not so much John, but to me, the actor who plays Jerome is equivalent to Robbie Kay on Once Upon a Time for me. Robbie Kay, who plays Peter Pan, he was just the perfect Peter Pan. I don't think they could have cast a more perfect Peter Pan on Once Upon a Time, and that's where I'm sitting with Jerome. Like, Jerome just screams Joker, and I don't think any other person in this role could do it. I don't. Not to this level. He steals the entire show.
I couldn't see anybody else in that place either. Not right now.
I think better is if they got Mark Hamill to voice it.
Just have him mouth and Mark Hamill do all the voicing.
See,
yeah.
I think it's perfect the way it is. He sounds pretty damn much like a young Joker, right now. If the show goes on a couple years and you want to get, a teenage Joker in there, or, even late teen or, whatever, young adult, and Mark Hamill voice in there, do it, like, by all means.
Yeah. I mean, because I will say that I like this actor better than I like the voice actor they had for Joker in the Telltale game that just finished for Batman. So,
which, funny enough, just funny, a little side tangent. Funny of the voice actor who played the Joker in the Telltale series.
Yeah.
I was really hoping he got the role for young Han Solo in the upcoming Star Wars movie.
I didn't even know he was being considered. Huh.
I don't think he was, and I think that's the problem. He played a young Harrison Ford in another movie, and to be completely honest, he looks like Harrison Ford, and he sounds like Harrison Ford. And
right.
I would have absolutely loved to see him, and I'm not happy with the casting choice, but to me, the casting is all about what makes it. Doesn't matter if it's a show, a movie, whatever. Like I said, I love the Joker here. I can already tell you going into the Han Solo movie, I'm not going to enjoy it for the actor choice alone. I don't think he looks like Han Solo. So, but Jerome here, like I said, he looks like the Joker. He sounds like the Joker. He acts like the Joker. He laughs like the Joker. All of those are the most important parts to convince me he is the Joker, and that's all I need in my life.
As long as they keep writing them well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else for this episode?
Uh,
No,
don't
not
think
really.
so.
I think we covered everything.
yeah.
All right, then. Next episode is called Smile Like You Mean It. On the run from Gordon and Bullock, Dwight tries to revive Jerome and in turn activates his acolytes around Gotham City. Meanwhile, Selena's mom's intentions in Gotham are revealed, thank God,
Yes.
and the power play between Penguin and Enigma escalates as Barbara's plans are set in place.
Hmm.
So, next episode sounds really good.
Okay.
That is you.
So, yep. Well, I guess that is our show. Nikki, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Excellent. John, where can the people find you?
You can find me at No More on Twitter. Probably still talking about the Switch because I'm a child.
We all three of us
Yeah.
have pre-ordered a Switch, so it's fantastic.
Yep.
Um,
Big party nights.
Yep. You can find us down, or you can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM, and you can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Until next time, see you guys later. I'm still waiting. Well, one of these days, we'll get Nikki to give us her best Joker laugh.
I can't do that. I can't laugh. I don't laugh. What? Why would I? What?
There, you laughed
like
right there.
that,
I heard it. I heard it. That's not a Joker
Almost
laugh.
there.
Though.
That was a giggle.
Oh.